In today's busy world filled with technology, distractions, and short attention spans, important spiritual matters can often be overlooked. The sun, the moon, the stars, and Maya was created to take storytelling to the next level and help families discuss important issues in a simple and creative way. It was written and illustrated by now. Thank you for being here on Style.
Thank you, Teresa.
And thanks for bringing Maya along. She's so well behaved.
She is very well behaved.
Rich, first tell me a little bit about your background.
Sure. I'm from the Bronx, and at about 6 years old, I was the youngest member of the Art Students League. And I thought I wanted to be an artist, and however, when I got to college, I realized that I would be a starving artist, and I didn't want to do that. So,
Sure.
so I did just about a little bit of everything else, flew airplanes for the Air Force, came back and then joined corporate America, and was primarily in management and senior
Sure.
management roles in corporate America.
Well, then how'd you become a writer and illustrating?
Well, I've always been into my art, and what I wanted to do was to make a difference. And so many years ago, I started a business with my sister and brother-in-law called the Bead Business, and I started a blog to kind of talk about the spiritual matters in beads, and got pretty good at putting some stuff together with illustrations. And then one day I was walking Maya, and this was in 2011. I was thinking about what to say at my daughter's wedding. My daughter had asked me to perform the wedding. I was lucky enough to become a justice of the peace.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and so I was thinking about what to say, and I was taking her for a walk, and I'm a little like Tevye, actually a lot like Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof.
Sure.
Always talking to spirit and asking the same questions. What am I here for? Why am I, what should I be doing? And how can I help? Never heard anything. But that day I did hear something, and it just basically said, keep doing what you're doing, only do it for children and parents to close their relationships and to talk about things that we forget about during the day,
Sure.
and use Maya as your muse and illustrate her. I was taken aback, but I always listen. If
Sure.
somebody said.
How do you
And
not at that point?
I started doing that, and about a year later I decided to write the book.
That's great. And a little bit about Maya. You say that she actually found you.
Yeah, she actually, 2 months before we got Maya, our long-term Shih Tzu, Sammy, had died, and we had him for 15.5 years. And I was moping around the house, and my wife was tired of that. And so we went to a local breeder that actually is right around the corner from where we live, and there was a brand new breed of little Shih Tzus and running around, and she made it very well known that it was time for her to come home with us.
She did, right? Well, that's great then. The book is kind of structured where there's a quote and then a kind of an interpretation after that. I think it'd be great if we could read some of the quotes and then tell me Maya's interpretation of it.
Of course.
So the first one here, Begin Our Real Journey, starts with a quote by Wendell Berry. It may be that when we no longer know what to do, we have to come to our real work, and that when we no longer know which way to go, we have to begin our real journey.
And this is actually a little bit of my story.
Is that right? Okay.
Actually, all of our stories. So Maya says, there comes a time at the end of the road, which ladder to climb, too much that is owed. Doubt overcomes your sense of worth when fear becomes false meanings on earth. That is when the voices speak out. Start over again, the voices will shout. Only then can you know what's been hidden too long. No more status quo, it's always been wrong. But this time it's different. Older and wiser you be. With courage in an instant, you'll find you are free.
Oh, that's great. And Maya helped you come up with that, more or less?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, the next one says, to want, to have, to do. The quote is by Evelyn Underhill. We spend most of our lives conjugating 3 verbs: to want, to have, and to do.
To want, to have, to do seems what this world expects of you. But to care, to love, and live in peace is what the world needs us to increase and never cease.
Oh, that's fantastic. And lastly, it's absolutely terrified. The quote is by Georgia O'Keeffe. I've been absolutely terrified every moment of my life, and I've never let it keep me from doing a single thing that I want to do. That's great.
And Maya says, can courage exist in the absence of fear? No matter what we think, this much is crystal clear. It's being afraid that makes a way for courage, just doing it anyway, letting nothing discourage.
Oh, that's fantastic. The name of the book again is The Sun, the Moon, the Stars, and Maya. Where can we find it?
Well, you can find it online at Amazon. You can find it also in a bookstore called the Monte Cristo Bookshop in New London.
Very good. And what's next for you, Rich?
I've got several more books. I'm also doing an app. I'm looking for corporate sponsorship right now to be able to take Maya and the book and give it out to people like at St. Jude's and Children's Hospitals and hospices.
Very good, Rich. Thanks so much for the info. We're out of time. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.